Have you ever struggled with being motivated? Maybe you've had trouble with following through on something that you committed to. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible technique you can use to fire you up by harnessing the power of pain and pleasure. My name's Michael. Thanks for tuning in with us here on millennialrebel.com. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I came across this technique in Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within. I'm currently reading that right now. I highly recommend you guys go and check that out. You can do so in the description below. Tony Robbins states that everything you and I do, we do out of our need to avoid pain and our desire to gain pleasure. Now you may be thinking, well, Michael, that's a bit of an oversimplification, isn't it? Well, let's go ahead and take procrastination as an example. You know you should be doing something, whether it's finishing up a project or having a difficult conversation. But instead, you're out here binge watching YouTube videos. Why? Because it's more painful to take action now than it is to simply put it off. By the way, go ahead and give us a like if you're procrastinating right now. I know you're out there. I used to do this all the time back in school. How many of you have ever heard, I work better under pressure? Maybe you've said it yourself. I know I have. It's 1 a.m. and you've got something big due the next day. All of a sudden you realize that by not taking action, staying up longer, and possibly getting an F, that is more painful than putting it off anymore. Well, bam! Along comes the motivation you need to just get it done. See? By recognizing what is painful, you can generate the energy, the pressure you need to remove it from your life and establish that sense of purpose once again. Tony Robbins says, the secret to success is learning how to use pain and pleasure instead of having pain and pleasure use you. If you do that, you're in control of your life. Now, if you don't, life controls you. I'm going to walk you through a 5-step exercise you can use to harness the power of pain and pleasure with an exercise I used today when going through it myself. I really encourage you guys to follow along with me in doing this. It can be super impactful in getting you to take action. The first thing you're going to want to do, step number 1, and I apologize for anyone on video who can't really read my handwriting. You can go ahead and check out what I'm talking about in this video in the blog post on our website. So step 1, you're going to want to ask yourself, what is it that you're putting off? What am I not taking action on that I should be taking action on? The example that I used was establishing a morning routine. In the past, I've tried to do this and I've fallen off, but since I am on day 3 of my 30-day morning routine challenge, I want to make sure that I come out of this successful. So this was the example I used. Whatever it is for you, could be not working out, cleaning your room. Go ahead and jot that down. The next thing you're going to want to do, step 2, is ask yourself, why haven't I taken action? why or what pain have I associated with this action? For establishing a morning routine, I got pain out of having to wake up early enough to follow through on my morning routine. In order to wake up early enough, I had to make sure I went to sleep early enough. And in order to go to sleep early and on time, I had to manage my time effectively. And so if I didn't do that, well then I would wake up tired and trying to do my morning routine, and now do that for 5 days, 2 weeks, a month, and it adds up, and which is really why I have fallen off the wagon in the past. For you, it could be putting in the time to work out, or giving up your free time, not playing video games, whatever, in order to finish that project. So whatever it is, go ahead and jot that down. Step 3. Here's where you're going to want to ask yourself, what pleasure have I gotten in not taking action? Or indulging in a negative habit? So for establishing a morning routine, the pleasure that I got was being able to sleep in. Not having to worry about going to sleep on time. Being able to stay up watching YouTube videos. What pleasure have you gotten out of not taking action for what you've been putting off? Go ahead and jot that down. The next thing you're going to want to ask yourself is, what will it cost me if I don't change now? Here's where you got to get emotional. Think about what it's going to cost you a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, and more. What's it going to cost you emotionally, physically, mentally, in terms of your self-esteem, relationships, financially? For establishing a morning routine, I won't be able to prime myself to be the best person and leader that I want to be. Every day I need to be aligned with my purpose. And I won't be setting myself up to do that if I can't consistently follow through on my morning routine. I won't be able to program my subconscious mind to help me manifest my dreams and visions. I'll be derailed time and time again. What will your negative habits cost you? What will not taking action cost you? Go ahead and jot that down. Finally, step 5, you're going to want to ask yourself, what are all the pleasures I'll receive by taking action? So, and I apologize if you haven't been able to see this, if I've been standing on it, in front of it, if you're watching through video. Like I said, you can go ahead and check out what I'm talking about, the exact 5 steps in the blog post on our website. So the last step, what are all the pleasures I'll receive by taking actions? And establishing a morning routine, I'll be starting every single day focused on my mission. I'll be programming my mind to achieve all my desires and attract all the resources I need to do it. My self-image will begin to shape the leader and the influencer I aim to be the best version of myself and inspire others to do the same. What awesome things will come into your life by taking action? How will you feel? Go ahead and jot that down. So there you folks have it, 5 steps to harnessing the power of pain and pleasure. Make the pain of not taking action worse than actually taking action. It's important to remember that pain and pleasure drive the actions you take in life. You can either control them or they control you. Which will it be? Thanks for tuning in with us here on millennialrebel.com. My name is Michael. If you want more content, go ahead and subscribe down below. Give us a like if you liked it. Follow us on social media. I'm gonna have to say peace out and until next time.